Hey everyone, it's Samantha and I am 17 weeks pregnant as of yesterday. I'm filming this video actually on Tuesday, so it's going to go up a little bit late. And it's been storming here. I hope you don't hear the rain and the thunder. Sometimes it's pretty loud. I'm just going to try to film anyway and hopefully it won't be too bad. And Bob's squeaking a bunch in the background. He's a little canary, so you hear him in pretty much all my videos. This week I went to prenatal yoga again. My friend and I found out that there was yoga at the gym we both go to, so we went to that yoga and that was free, whereas the one we were going to at a hospital here was like $9 each time. I mean, it wasn't expensive as far as yoga is concerned. It was just pretty expensive in the fact that if we can get it for free at our gym that we're already paying a membership for, why not just do that one? So we went to that one. It was actually really, really good. We both said we were going to be sore afterwards, and sure enough, I've been sore the last couple days because we did some really good stretching and it was a lot of fun. I felt great afterward. I can already tell it's going to make my hips and everything more flexible, so that'll be good for delivery and all that stuff. So it was really, really nice. Everything this week's gone pretty smoothly. Nothing too exciting has happened other than finding the really good yoga class that's free in our gym. So we're going to go to that every week together. Oh, also in the prenatal yoga class, you work on your breathing. And that's something I'm just horrible at. Even when I'm exercising, I'm one of those dorks that forgets to breathe or starts breathing too hard because I didn't breathe hard enough in the beginning, and I just can never keep a rhythm on it. So when you're doing kind of a flow yoga exercise, you're supposed to inhale at one move, exhale at the other move, and I can never get it right. I just try so hard to get my breath to match my movements, and it just never happens. I guess I need to work on matching my movements to my breath instead of my breath to my movements, but I don't know. I can never do it even in regular yoga. My breath was always off from the movements, and I can't do very deep breathing. I'm so bad at it, so that's something I definitely need to work on. I feel like such a dork even saying that I have trouble like maintaining the deep breathing. I start having to breathe really heavy if I take too long between the deep breaths. So it just doesn't work for me. So that's something I'm going to definitely be working on in yoga so that I can get my breathing really nicely under control. But I've just always been like that with the breathing. I don't know why. I don't think much has been going on this week. I'm going to jump right to my list. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm 17 weeks pregnant and the baby is the weight of a turnip. Usually it says baby is the size of blah blah. Now it said baby is the weight of a turnip and the baby's 5 inches long. So I don't know exactly how long 5 inches is, but it's getting pretty long. Emotionally and overall, I'm feeling really great this week. I have had a couple of like mini meltdown moments where I just start getting teary-eyed for silly, silly reasons. I went to a produce stand that I'd never been to before and I found some green tomatoes. I talked about this in a video and I made a fried green tomato recipe. But I ugly cried when I left because he gave me the tomatoes for free since I was pregnant and it was a pregnancy craving I was having. And I just ugly cried all the way home. I don't know what came over me, but I was just so happy and overwhelmed with this man's kindness, and I'm a little bit teary thinking about it. So I don't want to cry on camera, but it was just, I don't know, it was just so kind of him, so sweet, and I ugly cried all the way home. And I had a moment in the car. I was going to run errands or something, and one of my favorite songs came on, and it was on a CD, so I knew the song was coming, but it started playing and I ugly cried. It's a song that reminds me of my childhood dog who passed away in 2009. She was pretty old, and this song, I would just play it all the time after she passed away, and so when it came on, I was like, oh, Taylor, and crying my eyes out over my dog. And she, she's been gone for like 5 years, and I still think about her every once in a while. That's just natural. In a long, long time, I've never cried over her, so like I just bawled my eyes out. So it's just been an emotional week. I'm definitely feeling the emotions. As far as symptoms go, I felt really good this week, except I had one day where I just felt off, and I was just kind of headachy that day. My stomach was a little bit upset, and didn't feel very good. So I was wondering if that had to do with the hormone fluctuations. With my migraines, I am very sensitive to hormone changes, so I'm assuming that it was just some kind of hormone fluctuation. Also, I've been feeling some fluttery type of things. I think it's the baby moving, and especially if I'm laying down at night, I like to read before bed. I've been feeling little flutters. So weird, and I think it's baby movement. I don't think it's gas or anything, but it definitely feels strange, and I'm not 100% sure that it's baby movement at this point because it's so light, and I really have to be like paying attention and being completely still to notice anything like that. So I think baby movement, I'm starting to feel it. All right, so cravings this week. I started craving sweet stuff this week, and I told you I've been totally against anything sweet. Pretty much the only sweet things I've eaten in probably the last month or 6 weeks has been a couple of Oreos here and there, and also these caramels that I got. They're those Lancaster ones. They're vanilla cream caramels, and they are so good. I'll just have one every once in a while, and they're really caramelly, but not super duper sweet. So I've been having one of those every once in a while. I literally have one at a time, and that's satisfying for like the whole day. So I'll have one of those, and I had a couple of different times over the past, 6 weeks or whatever, where I've had a couple of Oreos here and there, and for some reason the Oreos are fine, but everything else that's sweet is just overly sweet and sickeningly sweet. But this week I've really had a sweetness craving. I wanted something sweet, so I decided to try some ice cream last night. I don't know, an hour or so after dinner, and it tasted great, but afterwards I had the worst raging heartburn. This was some of the worst heartburn that I've had the entire time I've been pregnant, and I've been having raging heartburn from the beginning, so I'm definitely staying away from sweets at this point. If I'm gonna get really bad heartburn from the sweets, I definitely want to stay away. I don't want to make it any worse because I'm already eating tomatoes. I still am obsessed with tomatoes, and those definitely cause heartburn. So I can't handle the sweets. I was pretty disappointed that I got so heartburny afterwards, but it happens. So on my to-do list this week is nothing. I don't have anything to do on my to-do list. We are finding out the gender next week, so after that I'm going to start looking at clothes at different places and checking clearance sections and all that stuff. But this week I'm just trying to relax. The weight gain has been really weird this week. So I don't know what my weight was last week, but I've been steadily at about 160, which is 3 pounds above my pre-pregnancy weight. And this week the scale said 162 one time, and then it said 159 one time. So I don't know if I'm up a couple pounds or down 1 pound, but that would be somewhere between 2 and 5 pounds overall of weight gain for this pregnancy so far. So I don't really know. It just fluctuates so much. I don't really know. And I try to weigh myself at the beginning of the day just in my tank top and my underwear, and it's always different. I just never know. So the best thing that happened this week was definitely the yoga class. It felt great. It was really nice and relaxing, and it was great that I could do that with my friend. So I guess the worst thing this week was, even though I have a sweet craving, sweets are just not agreeing with me. I just felt too heartburny, so I'm going to try to avoid the sweets as much as I can, even when I'm having the cravings for them, because they just don't sit well with me. So I don't have any helpful pregnancy tips or discoveries this week. So I have a funny story about the prenatal yoga class. All of the pregnant ladies were sitting outside the class because the other class ran over a little bit on their time because they're not used to having a class after their class, since this prenatal yoga class is brand new. So we're just sitting out in the hallway waiting for our class to begin, and we go around and say how far along we are, and they're like, I'm 20 weeks, I'm 18 weeks, I'm 15 weeks, and they got to me and I'm like, I don't remember. They were just shouting out different numbers, and they totally forgot what week I was. I'm like, I don't know. So my friend was like, you're 16 weeks. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 16 weeks. So I'm like, I felt like such a loser not remembering, but they were just shouting out numbers, so I just got flustered. Oh my gosh. I just got flustered, so we all laughed at it. One of the ladies was like, if you told us your due date, we could probably figure out what week you were anyway. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So it was just so funny. It was just a little embarrassing moment that I had. You know, I'm always doing little awkward things like that. So I just thought it was really funny and everybody had a little laugh with that. So next week I will have my 18-week update for you guys, and then a couple of days later I find out the gender. So for the gender, we are going to do a little gender reveal photo shoot. We do have a great photographer here, and I will link her down in the description if you're in the Champaign-Urbana area. She is just amazing. Her colors are super saturated. She does a great job. So I will definitely link up to her. And if you use her, let her know that I sent you her way, because she will give us both a referral credit of some sort. I don't know what her referral program is, but you definitely get like a couple of free prints or free minutes on your session, something along those lines. So we're going to definitely use her for our newborn photography and our first year photography and everything. This gender reveal might take the place of our maternity shoot. And since I'm doing the weekly belly shots, I feel like I don't really need a formal maternity thing. I really just want a newborn photo session, really. That's like the most important thing to me, is to have the newborn photos. But we're gonna do a gender reveal photo shoot. I've got a couple of cute little ideas I've seen like floating around Pinterest and just on Google searches and stuff. I found some really cute ideas for what we're gonna do for that. As soon as she sends us the proofs, I will do like a mini slideshow or some sort of gender reveal announcement for you guys. It'll probably be in week 19, so 2 weeks from now. So it'll be a couple of weeks from now, but I'm just letting you guys know that's how it's gonna work. So I'm really, really excited. She was so excited about doing a gender reveal photo shoot because it's something a little bit unusual. I plan on having that for you guys as soon as we get the photos back. I'm really, really excited. So that's how we're doing it. We're not having a party or anything because we don't have many people here that could attend that anyway. So yeah, I'm really excited to find out the gender, and I hope you guys are excited. And that is it today. So let me show you my belly now. All right, so here is my 17-week baby bump. My sweater is a little bit bulky, but you can definitely still see my belly. There it is. Other side. It's definitely starting to stick out. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like pregnancy updates. And if you're pregnant, let me know what's the funniest thing that's happened to you since you've been pregnant. And if you've been pregnant in the past, what's the funniest memory you have of being pregnant? I've been reading on some message boards of some really, really funny pregnancy craving meltdowns where people just have a complete meltdown over a pregnancy craving. And I was just laughing literally out loud at some of these stories. They're just so funny. So leave me your funny stories down below. I would love to read those. And I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye. That's good. And I'm really stretching out my hip and pelvic muscles. I'm really strengthening my muscles, and I can tell that it's going to make my hips and everything more I can't talk today. Let's see, GI ball. Let's see. So like 17. I am wearing a little bulky